Some videos are so disturbing that they seem impossible to believe. Ordinary moments suddenly take a terrifying turn, leading to events that no one present can fully understand. What makes these recordings even more unsettling is that the people behind the cameras claim they were completely real. Today, we'll examine some of the weirdest and most terrifying things ever caught on camera. The presence within. A young woman had recently moved into a new apartment with her boyfriend. At first, there was nothing particularly unusual about the place. It was simply a new home where the couple expected to begin a different stage of their lives. But shortly after moving in, strange things began happening inside the apartment.
Los rompebolas se pone cada vez que llegamos a la sesión. Nadie entra a este placar. Ustedes 20 veces se los he mostrado, creo. No hay chance de que alguien entre acá. ¿Cómo les gusta romper las bolas? Es increíble.
There was no obvious explanation for the noise. Although the apartment appeared to be empty, the sounds made it seem as though she was not truly alone. And the knocking was only the beginning. Later that same night, more unexplained activity was recorded elsewhere in the apartment.
Esperando el relevo del pan, pero se empezaron a escuchar ruidos en la parte del living. Y estoy sola. No hay nadie. Miren. Literalmente no. Qué pesado, hermano. Qué ganas de romper las bolas que tiene. No, es muy
Objects appear to move without anyone touching them. Over time, however, the activity reportedly became increasingly intense. What had begun with knocking sounds and moving objects soon appeared to turn into something far more disturbing.
Llegamos a la sesión y en la pieza, la cual estaba apagada, está las luces LED prendidas y no sé si alcanzan a ver esa silueta, sombra, no sé qué carajo es, pero hay alguien parado en la pieza. Y estamos literalmente nosotros dos acá. Estamos los dos acá, no hay chance de que alguien esté en la pieza, porque no hay nadie en la casa.
A dark figure seemed to manifest inside the apartment. Unlike the previous incident, this was much harder to dismiss as a simple object falling or moving on its own. The couple says they have no idea why these events began shortly after they moved into the apartment. According to them, the incidents continued happening even when no one else was inside the property. They had moved there expecting nothing more than a new home. Instead, they began hearing knocks from inside closed spaces, watching objects move on their own and recording what appeared to be a shadowy figure inside the apartment. To this day, they believe the place may be haunted by something they cannot explain. The imaginary friend. A father says his daughter had often spoken about an imaginary friend. He never thought much of it. Like many parents, he assumed the friend was simply a character created by his daughter's imagination. But one day, while he was outside with her, something happened that made him question that explanation.
Decile que traiga el coche, decile. Le dice que traiga el coche.
In the footage, the stroller appears to move without anyone pulling or pushing it. After the video was shared online, many viewers questioned whether the incident had been staged. Some suggested that a thin line may have been attached to the stroller and pulled from outside the camera's view. Because of these accusations, the father recorded another video to show the stroller more closely.
No hay control remoto por ningún lado por donde lo vean.
In the recording, he examines the stroller and shows that there does not appear to be a wire, electronic device, or anything else attached to it. But if nothing was controlling it, what caused it to move? The strangest detail was that the stroller reportedly moved whenever the girl called for her imaginary friend.
Llama al coche. Llama al coche.
For the father, this made the situation much harder to dismiss. What he had always believed was simply part of his daughter's imagination now seemed to be interacting with objects around her. I am dead. A group of friends were spending time together while one of them recorded the moment on her phone. At first, it appeared to be nothing more than an innocent video of the girls having fun. But without warning, something happened that immediately changed the atmosphere in the room.
Dame. Lo tengo que aprender, estúpida.
Yo tengo que gritar.
Hola.
Se maneja solo.
Me llamo Anita, tengo 3 años.
The girls had been playing with a microphone when the voice of what sounded like a young child suddenly came through the equipment. The unexpected sound immediately frightened them. But it was not only the voice itself that disturbed the group. What the mysterious voice appeared to say made the moment even more unsettling.
Se maneja solo.
Me llamo Anita, tengo 3 años. Tengo 3 años.
None of the girls later provided any further explanation for what happened that day. Because of this, many viewers believe the voice may have belonged to the spirit of a young girl attempting to communicate with them through the microphone.
Se maneja solo.
Me llamo Anita, tengo 3 años.
What began as a harmless moment between friends ended with a childlike voice coming from a device that none of them appeared to be controlling. And whatever spoke through that microphone seemed to be addressing them directly. Possession at midnight. Patients at a hospital in an Indian city were left terrified when a woman suddenly began behaving in a disturbing and unusual way. According to those who witnessed the incident, she had been admitted to the hospital earlier that same day. At first, nothing about her condition appeared unusual. But during the night, her behavior reportedly changed without warning. The woman began screaming and producing deep, disturbing growls that echoed through the hospital. Her movements and the sounds she made immediately frightened the other patients nearby. Those who witnessed this scene believed that what was happening went beyond a sudden change in behavior. To them, the woman did not appear to be suffering from an ordinary episode. Instead, many became convinced that something supernatural had taken control of her. No further explanation was given for what caused her condition to change so suddenly. But for the patients who were there that night, the woman's screams, growls, and unnatural behavior left them believing they had witnessed a possession inside the hospital. Terror in the cabin. One day, a woman was walking through a forest with her father when they came across a completely abandoned cabin. Curious about what might be inside, the two decided to enter and explore the place. At first, the cabin appeared to be empty. But what they saw moments later made them run out in terror.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Going in there?
I went in there.
Without warning, they noticed a figure standing inside the cabin. It had the strange silhouette of a person and appeared to be staring directly at them. The moment they saw it, both of them turned around and ran from the building as quickly as they could. To this day, the woman believes that what they encountered inside the cabin was not simply another person. According to her, there was something deeply unnatural about the figure, and whatever it was, it appeared to be waiting for them inside.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Going in there?
I went in there.
The colossus in the hills. A young man was recording the view from the window of his home when something in the distance caught his attention. At first, it appeared to be nothing more than a person walking through the landscape, but the figure seemed unusually large. Impressed by what he was seeing, the man took out his phone and began recording. At first glance, the silhouette looks like an ordinary person slowly moving from one side to the other. But when compared with the tower in the background, its size appears much more disturbing. According to some estimates, the figure could have been between 20 and 26 feet tall. After the footage was shared online, several theories began to emerge. Some viewers believe the unusual size was caused by perspective and the angle of the camera. Others are convinced that the young man may have recorded a real giant wandering through the mountains. Whatever the explanation, the enormous silhouette continues moving in the distance as though nothing unusual is happening. The Midnight Visitor. One night, the owner of a house heard her dogs barking outside. Moments later, she also heard what sounded like someone running past the property at an unusually high speed. The following day, she decided to check the security camera facing the street. What she found in the footage left her completely stunned. In the recording, fast footsteps can clearly be heard outside the house, but instead of showing a person running past the camera, the footage appears to capture a translucent silhouette. Only the lower half of what looks like a human figure can be seen moving across the street at incredible speed. According to the woman, whatever passed in front of the house was moving too quickly to be an ordinary person. She also says the camera had been working normally and had never recorded anything similar before. The dogs continued barking as the strange figure disappeared from view. To this day, the woman has no explanation for what passed in front of her house that night. But judging by the footsteps and the shape captured by the camera, something appeared to run down the street without a visible upper body. The cabin wasn't empty. One night, a man decided to stay alone inside a cabin. From the moment he arrived, he began feeling that something was wrong. The atmosphere felt unusually heavy, and throughout the night, he could not shake the feeling that someone was watching him. At one point, he woke up suddenly after having a disturbing nightmare. Moments later, he began hearing strange noises coming from the living room. Since he was completely alone inside the cabin, he took out his phone and started recording as he went to investigate. As the video begins, something can be seen hiding behind a chair in the corner of the room. The man did not appear to notice it at first, but as he moved closer to the chair, the figure suddenly rose. For a brief moment, a disturbing face became visible from behind it. The man had entered the room believing he was investigating a strange noise. Instead, he appeared to find something hiding in the darkness, waiting for him to come closer.